Question 10. What is the solution set to the equation log base 2 x minus 12 plus log base 2 x equals 6? So we have two logarithms on the same side. And typically when that occurs, our goal in this problem, our first goal in this problem is to condense the two logarithms into one logarithm. And as you can recall, the log property we want to use here is right up here in the top right corner. Two logarithms that we're adding together, we can condense by changing this to multiplication. So we're going to rewrite this problem. We're going to multiply the x minus 12 and the x. So it's going to get a little messy, but so it's log base 2 x times x minus 12 equals 6. Then we want to go and distribute that x. This is where it gets messy. It becomes x squared minus 12x equals 6. So now this is in log form. Typically, when we have a base of 2, that spells trouble. But anytime you get stumped, our ultimate goal or ultimate idea here is to solve an equation, you have to do the inverse operation. The inverse of a logarithm is an exponential function. So we need to convert it from this form to this form. So first let's find our base. Our base would just be 2. Then let's find our y. Our y would be all of this, x squared minus 12x, which means the 6, find our x right there. So now we're going to convert all of this to exponential form. So that's going to be x squared minus 12x is my y. The base is 2 raised to the 6th power. 2 to the 6th power. 2 to the 4th is 16, 32, 64. 2 to the 6th power is 64. So at this point, again, we could work backwards. There's a good chance we're going to get two answers here, although we always want to go back and check and make sure we don't have any negative numbers. But it's a quadratic, which means we need to get it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 64 from both sides. I'm going to rewrite it right here because, as usual, I've not left myself enough room. Could do quadratic formula. Easiest way, though, would be to factor it. We're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give us negative 64 and add together to give us negative 12. So 32 and 2 multiply together to give us 64. 4 and 16, I think that's the winner. Negative 16 plus 4 is negative 12. Negative 16 times 4 is negative 64. Our last step is we're going to set each of those factors equal to 0. One answer is positive 16, potential answer. Remember, we got to go back and check these. The negative answer of negative 4, not so sure. The same problem we had earlier, if we take negative 4 and substitute it back in, I have to get my blue pen, take negative 4 and substitute it back in right here, the original problem for x, you're going to be taking the log, sorry, I lost my voice. You're going to be taking the log of a negative number, can't take the log of a negative number, so positive 16 is the only answer.